Well, this is going to be an unboxing of a Amazon package that I got of the lens clip-on style smart glass discoloration clip set. That I guess that's what it's officially going for or going listed as. But the actual main company is called Hibloks, Hibloks, which can be found for two different varieties of the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. And here I have the large model, which are RW 4008 or 2008, I believe. It's actually written on the inner sleeve of the earpiece where the power on switch would be. So these are RW 4008 model, and there's a 4006, which are going to be the smaller variant of the Wayfarer style glasses. As you can see, I have the more clear photochromic lenses currently on there. But one of the things that I found to be sort of like, I guess, an exception that I had to make in wearing these was that from indoor and outdoor use, as you can see, they're, still a little bit kind of gradient shaded. Now these glasses came stock with the actual gradient black shading, where it was a charcoal black up top and then it went clear as you got lower to the lens. So I switched those out for indoor outdoor use. And I paid, I think, $65 for these replacement lenses, which were for the larger frames, which you could snap in and out of the actual framing of, the chassis. The problem with that is doing that too much over time will eventually wear down the plastic, and you could actually put your glasses in danger of being broken. So one of the solutions that I wanted to do was to get this order. Now that I actually saw it, online for the first time, I was wondering if I can do like a clip set or something that was interchangeable as a quick change kind of thing. And that usually does exist for other Wayfarer style, Ray-Ban glasses that are not necessarily of the smart, setup kind of thing. But without any further ado, of course, this is the presentation that you do get with the Hibloks glasses. And I'm also going to do a charging test within the actual case itself to see if maybe if there's a chance that they can still pick up a charge while being clipped on. So that way it could stop from the back and forth of removing and reinstalling them. But since this is a quick setup kind of thing, I wanted to go ahead and pull out the different options here. And now what you get right off the bat is this felt. And as you saw, I removed two different clips on one side, and it looks like there's a flip side where the additional other two pairs are placed. And that's actually really cool to see that you get an additional wiping cloth with that as well. So you get two wiping cloths and then the four different clip sets. Now, the ones that I did get were the darker options, I guess, which would start with a brown tint. And then, let me see, one of the more important ones that I wanted to get my hands on was the black tint. So that way I have a direct sun, masking over the already existing lenses, so I can wear them indoor and outdoor and quickly, remove or replace these as I go along. So that's the second one that I do have. And for the third one, this is going to be the green or G15, which all of these are actually the polarized options, where that's another weak spot for the replacement lenses that I did have. So that's the green tint right there. You can see it a little bit better against the wall. And one of the other ones that I was very curious about was these yellow nighttime tinted ones that are meant to be worn in low light situations to sort of bring out more of that kind of clarity if you're driving, nighttime on the road and so forth. So the first one that I'm most curious about that I want to clip on would be the yellow ones, just to see how they look directly over my existing lenses. And So I got pretty much like the day one models of these glasses that are like in matte black, and of course there's like a little bit of wear and tear, so I don't really care so much about throwing them around necessarily. But I guess the instructions that I've seen so far is a nose clip that goes from top down, and then you fasten the bottom clips to the frames. You know, you kind of slap them back into the frames to line them up and clip them into place. So starting with the nose, the bridge of the nose, so that goes down comfortably, and then these bottom portions still have to be clipped in and around that frame. So that goes on nice, and the opposite end also goes on there nice. And as you can see, now you have yellow glasses with the camera and sensor cutout. And so this is pretty much what you get in the end, which definitely enhances the overall viewing experience. These are going to be really cool to use at night. So in order to remove them, you pretty much do the exact opposite. Left and right arms come off first, and then lift up from the bridge of the nose. Now this is going to be the... Okay, so this is the straight black ones that I wanted to try on. Again, starting with the bridge of the nose, and then you clip them left and right. And now you have a very murdered out look, you know, sleek design. And that is a dramatic improvement when it comes to filtering out the sun and all this. To the naked eye, I can see, like looking directly into the light, how that... the polarization definitely like displaces the shine of the light, and instead allows more of the light bulb to be seen. So now removing them as they're sitting on my face, you can see the difference. There's a little bit of that tint still on the transition or the photochromic, and I can see a lot more glare in comparison. It's a huge difference, huge improvement. So starting, I kind of want to just see how it'll go if I slap them on while they're on my face. Seems simple enough. Really cool. So removing these, popping them off. Now having a look at another curiosity that I had about these brown ones. These are meant to enhance more of that kind of like color filter contrast kind of thing that your naked eye is used to seeing. So it enhances a lot of the shapes of objects in the room. And of course, it would get even more obvious as you step outside and have that kind of enhancement as well for trees and, you know, shapes on the road and stuff like that. So these are meant more for an enhanced contrast viewing experience. Definitely the same kind of like condensed, like high contrast, but more of that. You can see kind of like the reflection on my face, where it has an increased contrast, but like very natural amber color to everything. So these are really cool as well. Now the final set would be the G15 green filtered lenses. I want to see how these sit over the photochromic. And the reason why I wanted to keep the photochromic ones on is in the event that I don't bring these along with me. So at least I still have kind of like semi-shading underneath what's going on underneath the glasses anyway. So what's happening with the lights is, again, more of that contrast increase. But what it does is it kind of acts almost as like a green light filter, the way that like it kind of filters out a lot of the harsh lighting that comes off of like a light bulb. And like, just to give you guys an example, this is the light bulb that I'm actually like looking at with my regular naked eye, and to see the sensitivity and how that kind of like does smack against my retinas, to like leave you with that kind of glare when you're looking away from the light. And that these take away a lot of that that glow, that kind of shine that happens off of the direct light bulb. So that would kind of also, like, although the light is like simulated LED, still it gives that same like feeling of what looking into the sun would be. So you have like much more of a comfortable viewing experience. And again, these all come out with the camera cutout and the sensor cutout. So that's what, you know, gives the alignment still like a fully functional experience for the smart glasses to like function for recording video. And here I am dropping these things because I, of course, butterfingers here. But again, snapping them into place. You can see here's the yellow ones back on the frames. And these ones are by far the most interesting ones. All the other ones like do fix a lot of like tall tale problems that you do have like sort of out in the field. They do like condense a lot of the light, but these enhance and kind of like, in a way, give you like tell your brain that you're a little bit more like sort of awake than, or like highly alert. You can see a lot more shapes and high contrast and detail to like a lot of objects around the room. So I guess I'm gonna do like a follow-up lens like over my camera sort of review to like attach those smaller videos so that way you guys can see some of my viewing experience between the 4 of these lenses. Another thing that's pretty cool that I didn't see with my naked eye that I'm seeing with these glasses is that there were fingerprints on the black ones that I wasn't able to see with my regular eye. So they do enhance quite a bit to pick up a lot of the details that we might miss in our regular, regular viewing experience. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and test drive the blacked out ones and take them out sort of out in the open to give them a test and have a better driving experience while I head out down the road. As today it's pushing like 90 degrees outside. So this is definitely going to help with, trips and less punishing, for the eyes and more, for the travel. So you can see it's a very low profile. This is another thing I wanted to point out. You can just see that there's like a seam here, but it still has that matte black finish. So it looks like it's very much part of the same frame. The final test that I wanted to do is to insert them into the charging case and see if it picks up a charge. So you see that the amber light has activated. So that does, and then it turns itself off like as it's picking up charge. So they do work. It is a bit of a snug fit when it comes to that plastic little grommet piece, but it does work. So you don't have to necessarily like remove the lenses every single time. And going in and out of the case, really besides like the fingerprints from like handling these, there's no indication of any kind of like brushing that happened, as the frames are lifted a little bit away from the lenses themselves. So I definitely highly recommend picking up the set of 4. These ones again are the darker options. So there's a brown one, there's the G15 yellow, and then black from Hibloks, Hibloks. They're about $36, and you get this like double felt storage case, which is really cool. To obviously carry them around and like have these as sort of like blankets between each of the lenses. So you get 2 blankets, you get 4 lenses. So the way that I would place them would be blanket within, or the lenses within the blanket, and then you kind of like double layer it like that, and then in they go. Now you have like a safely stored pair right there. Same thing could be repeated for the G15. That way you never mess them up going in and out of the storage case, and you have them readily available and off to the side, maybe in the glove box in the car. So that way you have this conveniently placed to, you know, slap on and off your different options and off to the races. So hope you guys enjoyed this quick review. And pretty much, yeah, it was definitely a really good pickup, especially seeing how I can transform my glasses in an instant and go from regular shaded to now, once again, just to like demonstrate, now you have clear lenses. If you did have the clear lens option, I took the risk and switched them out. But just like that, you have two sets of glasses, where before we were just kind of stuck with the one. So hope you guys enjoyed. And they do make both models, the RW4006 and the 4008 for the larger ones. So make sure that you guys specify that when you search them up on Amazon Prime. They do go for like 30 to 40 bucks with shipping and handling. So definitely worth the purchase for an additional 4 sets of glasses for your one main set. So really cool. See you guys in the next one.